Okay, welcome to this pewter casting tutorials on cleaning up your casting. Alrighty, so I'm going to go through with you how to clean up your casting. So you might have something that looks a bit like this, but with whatever your design was, and all of the sprue filled out with some extra pewter in it. So we're going to cut away all this extra pewter first, then we're going to clean up that area around there. Now I'm going to use a piercing saw to do my cutting away with a number 2 piercing saw blade in it, which is our thick blades, or what we call thick blades. And that's because I've got a bit of a curve that I want to try and follow as much as I can. If yours is more straight, then just use a hacksaw blade, a hacksaw with a number 24 blade in it, so 24 TPI blade in your hacksaw. Okay, don't forget as well to keep that extra bit of material and hand that back in. We're going to reuse those. Okay, hopefully I don't break a blade this time. Okay, which is why I recommend using the hacksaw if you've just got a straight cut and you don't need to follow a particular line. Okay, so I'm just very gently, very carefully doing this because it's so thick that it will probably break if I'm not careful. Gentle with how I'm doing it. Alrighty, so there we go. Just cut away that extra bit there. I'm going to put that to one side for someone else to use. All right, now this is actually fairly neat and tidy, this one here. So I've only got a little bit of extra work to do, and because the outside of this is so clean, I won't need to worry about sanding it, hopefully. So I'm just going to do a little bit of filing to just blend that in slightly more. Okay, so I've got a file here, and this is a second cut file. I don't want to go any finer than a second cut file because I'm going to clog it up, okay, if I'm not careful. And I want to be just really following my edge as much as possible, and I'm checking between each of the file strokes because I don't want to go too far and end up with a flat spot or something where I've actually now damaged what the outside shape of my design looks like. I'm very, very gently just removing that burr. I really don't want to do much there. I'd probably be better off with some sanding for that, to be honest. I'm really not even pushing down hard on the file doing that. Hopefully that didn't go out of frame. Okay. And hopefully you can see now the difference between where it's been filed and where the casting edge was. If I want to neaten that up any more, I don't have to, especially if it blends in this nicely. But if yours has got a bit of a dark residue around the edge, and you might want to sand around to make it all match that nice and shiny look, then get yourself a bit of wet and dry sandpaper and wrap it nice and tightly around a wooden block. Okay, P600 is going to be best for this. Ignore what that says on there, I just picked up a random piece. Okay, let's turn that around so we don't get confused. And again, you're just going to follow the edge nice and gently. Now we do this rather than filing because this is going to remove it in a slightly more gentle manner, so we're not going to lose our outside shape quite as easily. Okay, like I said, I probably wouldn't have worried with this one here because it's already blends in quite well, but if yours doesn't, that's how you can make it that little bit nicer and neater if you wish to. Now you could technically polish pewter, you can actually polish it up quite nicely, but we wouldn't do that for this kind of a casting because you'd lose all that texture that you have, which is just this beautiful kind of texture you get from doing a casting. So we leave it the way that it is. Alrighty, and that's cleaning up your pewter casting, nice and quick and simple. Excellent, thank you very much guys, bye.